One of the names that we heard a lot of noise about in the offseason was Yoan Moncada. You see the numbers right there. He's only 19 years old. He's a switch-hitting infielder from Cuba. He was the prize of the international free agent market in Chad. The Yankees were in on him. It was a guy they really liked. But in the end, it was the Boston Red Sox for $31.5 million who signed Moncada. How do you think the Red Sox did it? Why do you think Moncada was attracted to go there?
Well, I think he was attracted to go there because they gave him a lot of money to go there. I mean, there was nothing not to like about this guy except the amount of money it was going to take to sign him. And even that, I think, is you look at the numbers that were being thrown around. As Brian Cashman said today, there was universal agreement that this kid was good and that this is one of the elite young players really in the world. It's just a matter of what's a worthwhile investment into something like that. I mean, it's a 19-year-old kid. Look how many first-round draft picks we see all the time that don't make it. Now, this kid would have probably been the number one pick in the draft, but we've seen those not play out and not make it to where they're supposed to be. There's a lot of risk in this kid. There's a ton of upside, but there's a lot of risk in any kid this young.
Yeah, and it's clear the Yankees have decided to pull back on the risk, at least for now. I mean, I'm a little surprised, that they passed on Moncada, but you're right, Chad. It's a lot of money. I mean, first-round draft picks normally pick up $6-7 million. Now you're talking about $60 million for a 19-year-old kid. It's an enormous cost. He's not going to help this year for sure. So, I sort of get it, but there's no doubt that the Yankees down the road, may be facing this monster. This kid can really hit. I mean, I've heard some things about his fielding. Maybe he's never going to be a Gold Glove winner, but there's no doubt he's a 25 to 30 run home run threat, and that's legitimate.
And what we should talk about, Bob, you mentioned the $60 million because the Yankees were over their international free agent signing pool already. They would have been taxed at 100%. So if they offered 30, that became 60. And I know talking to Brian Cashman the other day, he said this was a tough position to be put in to figure out what your offer was going to be. I guess in the end, Chad, they went to 25 and it talked about 27. But as you said, the player is going to go where the money is, and the Red Sox were the leading candidate in putting that money on the table.
Well, and for the Yankees, if it's 25 and he signed at, 31.5, that's a difference of $13 million when you're talking about with the tax and everything. I mean, that's a lot of money. Now, it's true. This may end up being someone that they wish they had invested in down the road. But I think in the short term right now, it's a big risk. They liked him. Everybody liked him. It's just a matter of that point, who's going to put in the money. And this is a big risk investment that it may be worth it, but who knows?
I mean, it's no doubt Hal Steinbrenner is saying, I have $200 million invested in this team. That's enough. Let's go out and win. You don't even have to have that much invested to win a World Series. You don't have to win 95 games. You don't have to have a super roster anymore. Those days are over. You can get all the way to the end of October with 85, 87 wins, as we learned last year. I think that Hal's ready to roll the dice on what he's got.
I am curious to see where Moncada ends up. Does he go to Single A? Does he go to Double A? And how soon does he get to the major leagues with the Boston Red Sox?